And as I thought the year was coming to an end, look at this. That is my first one. So you can't actually imagine how chuffed I am with this find. I would have thought it's a date-wise, I would have thought it's around 1300 to 1500s maybe. Oh, I'm so chuffed with that. It's an ampula. So in the medieval times, pilgrimages would carry those with holy water in here inside, and I would have thought around their neck, and they would then probably go down to Canterbury. The name failed because I'm so chuffed. Look at the details of that. So on the reverse, it's the shape of a shell, and I think I have seen something similar on the in the British Museum website. So here we are. It's probably my last find of the year, proper find anyway, and maybe my best find of the year. Looks like I'm on a roll today. First the ampula, and now this little hammered coin. If I can get that on focus. Could be the last coin of the year. I think it's silver.
We're going to start with this quite unusual looking screw. It's a labeled screw of a tool, and I have actually shown these in the past because this is my second one. It's a handsaw medallion, also known as labeled screws. It was very popular in the 19th century, in the Victorian times, throughout the 19th century, and also in the early 20th century as well. It looks very much like a sill when I first found it, even now the second time. But again, I looked at the back and then I realized that it was a label screw, but I'm quite pleased with that. And the second item is this spoon, or part of a spoon anyway. And initially I thought it does look a bit Roman, but I wasn't very certain about that, so I emailed the finds liaison officer asking for an advice, and they came back to me saying that it's a post-medieval spoon similar to that one over there. My next find is a coin by King George I, the first British monarch of the House of Hanover, 1714 to 1727. And this particular coin here has been pierced, and the hole might have had a function of maybe to use that coin as a pendant, but it looks like the process of making a hole in this particular coin wasn't very successful, so they left the coin behind and the coin was damaged afterwards, I suppose. And my next find is what looks like a dagger scabbard shape, post-medieval in date, and it's copper alloy. Next is this bad boy here that actually made me very confused when I found that. I thought it was a very, very small gold coin. Anyway, it's I think it's a floral motif with gilt button, and date-wise I would say it's 1800s. So there you are. The next three items, I'm not sure what they are, but I've kept them anyway. This one here, I have no idea what it is. And this next one, I have an idea, but I'm not sure. It's part of a spoon handle, so that's the end of the spoon handle. And this one here, it does look like it has age to it. It could be a fragment of a container, a vessel rim, and it could be quite old, it could be medieval, or maybe even earlier than that, because I just like the patina, and that indicates that it has age to it. The next three buckles are probably from the same period. This one here is a semi-annular buckle, post-medieval. The stud is still there, attached to it. And the next one is a mystery. I know, or I presume it's from the same period, post-medieval, but I'm not quite sure the function of this particular buckle here in those days. And the next one is spectacle buckle, which is one of my favorite buckles when I find them. They vary from 1500s to post-medieval 1650, and they can go up to the Victorian times. And here some, they are altogether plus one that I didn't show earlier, with that's more post-medieval as well, and three musket balls, which I tend to find them all the time. And here's a selection of the finds from that particular day with a couple of buttons at the top there. And here is my find of the year, the last find of the year, and one of my best finds, really. Well, as I mentioned earlier, this is a very important find, and that is my very first Pilgrim's ampulla, and it's a medieval to post-medieval in date, and it's made of lead. And I have contacted the finds liaison officer online just to clarify or to have an idea in terms of the type of this particular ampulla, but unfortunately I haven't actually received a reply yet. In the meantime, I've posted in different platforms online asking for opinion and advice from experts. And I've had a few comments, and I've done a bit of research as well, and I couldn't actually find an identical or a similar ampulla with the same design. As you can see there is a V, or looks like a V and a W, And initially I came to my mind, or also was suggested by a few people, that it could be related to Walsingham, shrine of Our Lady of Walsingham, a medieval place of pilgrimage like Canterbury here in England. That's the shrine of Walsingham today in Norfolk, and that's part of the ruins of the abbey. By the 12th century, a priory had grown up at Walsingham, and pilgrims, unable to visit the real Nazareth in the Holy Land because of its conversion to Islam, came to England's Nazareth instead. According to history, most kings and queens of England have visited Walsingham Shrine, including King Henry VIII, who apparently walked barefoot the last mile to the shrine. But in 1538, he destroyed the abbey, and the statue of Our Lady was taken to London and eventually destroyed. I hope this is a Walsingham ampulla, and if it is, I plan to visit, because I've never actually been there, and take that with me. So that will be very moving experience, I suppose. And as I was doing my research, as I didn't know much about it, I start seeing things, as you can see there. A figure, and then there's a cross, probably a church next to the figure. But then I thought maybe it's my eyes seeing things, I don't know. Here there are two types of Walsingham ampullae published in this particular book here. Mine doesn't seem to match with them, so hopefully mine will be the first one ever recorded by the Finds Liaison Officer. Next, I found this what looked like a silver coin, and the first thing that came to my mind was a hammered coin, but it's not. It is 100% silver, but it's not a button either, because I couldn't actually see any chunk that would indicate that it's a button, which makes me think, as a guess, that it could be a William III farthing. The size is pretty much similar, and I can see some writings there which could indicate that it might have been, or someone might have tried to make it as a love token, which was quite common in those days. So as they were trying to bend the coin to become like that, as a love token, the coin got broken and got damaged, and there you are. That's my guess. Now, moving on next, that looked like a potmend when I first found that, but then I noticed a glass inside it, which made me think that it could be part of a stained glass window, and that's the lead that goes around the glass, and so it could be an old window of some sort. And this one here, it looked like a coin, a round shape, it looked like a button perhaps, but I'm not sure what it is. And last but not least is this medieval strap end, and I thought it was a part of a buckle, a medieval buckle, but with thanks to those two gentlemen's suggestion, I'm quite confident that it is a medieval strap end. This artifact, like buckles. They come in different shapes and forms. The one I found is in that chart there, so it's a medieval in date. So I'm quite pleased with that. So that is it for now. So thank you very much.